Touch on a very interesting point, one that I, in my own mind, am not clear about. Is it that we are to transcend this world and go into some titanic dimension of energy or spirit that we can scarcely imagine? Is that what this birth is? Is the only way we can grant peace to this planet is to turn ourselves into, electrons moving in an ytterbium cube that we bury on the dark side of the moon? Is it something like that? I'm troubled by that because I would like to keep it all together. I would like to see us as a part of nature, but I'm not so uninformed concerning the historical adventure that I don't know that what is called Gnosticism is a very strong strain in the human animal, and especially in Western thought. And Gnosticism in its most severe form can be boiled down to the proposition that we are strangers here. We don't belong here. This is not our world. We come from a place made of light, and we will never rest until we return to it. Now, the problem with that formulation is it sets us up for tremendous discontinuity and unhappiness until we achieve that return to the realm of light. It's a kind of Faustian thing, you know. And yet, the other possibility, which I, as a co-founder of a botanical garden and a lover of nature, inclined to, is, isn't there some way that we can make our peace with the earth? Isn't there some way that we can have our cake and eat it too? And I more and more, to my own discomfiture, conclude that there isn't. That the human adventure is a forward-going adventure. That we do close off options. We never again are going to be, a small tribe of hunter-gatherers with our flocks on the plains of Africa, enjoying our mushrooms and our orgies at every full moon. Somehow, long, long ago, that option was cut off. Shucks. But I think that it's good to cultivate this poignancy, that if we're going to go storm Arcturus, at least we should do so with some sense of what has been left behind, and not just turn ourselves into mechanical technocrats. Somehow the living spirit has to be brought with us. And this is really the high task for shamanism. How can we, who have always, as shamans, had a relationship to the spirits of the earth, of the waters, of the sky, if we are setting out for Alpha in Sagittarius or something like that, how can we do that and not leave our soul behind? You know, the Arabs have the belief that a man's soul can move no faster than a camel gallops. So if you drive in your Mercedes from Jeddah to Riyadh, you have to rest for a while so your soul can catch up. Well, I don't think we should leave our human soul behind. Somehow we have to internalize the entirety of the biological world if we are going to become a spacefaring species. Otherwise, we are going to get out there and discover that something vital was left behind. And this is a great tension between ourselves and the earth, between our destiny as an energy-using, dream-concressing, spacefaring, stormtrooper kind of species, I mean, that's all male dominance and male mentality talking, and the need to somehow fold that into a nurturing stance, a preserving stance, a stance that recognizes that the conservation of our archaic values is really our only hope. And those two things exist in a dynamic tension. This is maybe the issue that the artistic community can clarify, and that must be clarified before we can make a definitive step into the future. Right now, we're uncertain. Stewardship or angelhood, which shall it be? Maybe. I'll take one more question.